Hello, welcome to today's tutorial. So today we are going to learn how to make this granny square bucket hat. Okay, it's very easy to make and it's a beginner friendly tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to be using a 4mm hook, and you're going to need a pair of scissors, some stitch markers as well. Okay, and I'm using this yarn. It says 2 birds. I normally use this yarn, right? In acrylic fiber, and I'm using these 3 colors. Okay, so to start this hat, you are going to have to start making these squares and pentagon. So you are going to first of all need a granny pentagon, very easy to make, and 5 granny squares. Okay, pentagon has 5 sides, so you're also going to need 5 granny squares. I've already made the 5 granny squares and a pentagon. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make the granny squares and how to make the pentagon as well. Okay, so let's get started. You are going to start with the color white, and then to this color, and then to this. Okay, you are going to make a magic ring. Now this is how I make my magic ring. Insert your hook from beneath, yarn over, pull up a loop, and chain up 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now that chain 3 count as a double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, pull up a loop, and make a double crochet. Okay, 1 more double crochet, making 3 double crochets. Okay, chain up 2, 1 and 2. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, and make 3 double crochets. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Now we have 2 groups of 3 double crochets. Okay, so chain up 2 again, 1, 2. Set your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, and make another 3 double crochets. Now we have 3 groups of 3 double crochets. Okay, chain up 2, 1, 2. Yarn over, set your hook, make another group 3 double crochets, 2 and 3. Okay, now we have 4. Okay, so if we were making a granny square, we will need only 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if we're making a granny square, we will only make 4 groups of 3 double crochets. Okay, you are going to hold the tail here and pull, and this is what you have. And if we're making a granny square, you just have to chain 2 and then go into the first chain 3 here, go into the 3rd chain and make a slip stitch, and you have your corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 granny squares. Okay, and for the granny pentagon, because it had 5 sides, you are not going to end at 4 groups of 3 double crochets. You are going to add 1 more, so you are going to have 5 groups. So when you look at the center very well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 groups. Okay, but when you look at the square, we have, let me use the pin to point, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm teaching you both granny pentagon and granny square at the same time. Okay, so we are starting with the pentagon. So we have 4 groups, so let's unravel this and add 1 more group, and that is just how you turn it into a granny pentagon. So you chain up 2, 1, 2, go into the ring with another group, Okay, yarn over, go in there with another 3 groups of double crochet, 2 and 3. And now you see we have 5 groups now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, making pentagon, right? So you are going to hold the tail here, and then you are going to pull just to close that ring. Okay, now insert your hook, chain up 2, and connect your last corner to the first group you made here. Okay, mostly I prefer to chain 1 at the last end, but let's just chain 2. The space become too big. It looks a bit bigger than the other, so mostly I chain 1, but let me just chain 2 for your sake. So this is what you have. You should be having something like this. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners for the pentagon. Okay, I'll put this one somewhere. So for your next round, I'm going to slip stitch until I get into this corner. Okay, so I'm just going to go into this double crochet and slip stitch, go into the next one and slip stitch. Now we are in the corner, go into the corner and slip stitch. Okay, now we are in the corner over here. We have left where we did that, we ended the square, the corners. Okay, so once you are here, you are going to chain up 2, 1 and 2, which count as double crochet. We are no longer chaining 3. We chained 3 because it was the beginning chain. Okay, so normally I chain 2 as my double crochet, and you are going to go into the corner, make a double crochet, 1, yarn over, go into the corner again. Now in each corner we have to make a corner, okay, so that we don't we get the right shape. Okay, so in each corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in each corner you have to make a corner. So that's how come you are going to get these corners. Okay, so to make a corner you are going to do 2 groups of 3 double crochets in each of the corners. So we have 1 now, chain up 2, 1, 2, and inside the same corner you are going to put another 3 groups of double crochet. So 1 inside the same corner, 2 inside the same corner, a third one. Okay, so we have a group of 6 double crochets with chain 2 separating them. Okay, we move into the next corner with 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3, chain up 2, 1, 2, and inside the same space 3 double crochets, 2 and 3. So we've made our second corner in our second corner here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have made 2 here. So we are moving into the third one. We are repeating the same 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, all in the same corner, okay, in the same space. If you already know how to make a granny square, this should be very easy for you because it's pretty much the same thing. We move into the next one, the same thing, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. So we are going inside our last corner, 1, 2, chain 2 and another 3 double crochets. So when you are done with the last one, you are going to go into the chain 2 here and we put a slip stitch in there. So this is what we have. Now we have 1 2 3 4 5. Not here, here. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so I'm going to change colors at this point. So you can continue with the same color if you are using just one color, but I'm going to change colors into this. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this and pull this. So when you are bringing in your next color, you can decide to join your yarn here, you can decide to join it here, you can decide to join it here. You can join your yarn anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and join my yarn here in between these two corners. Okay, so join your yarn anyhow you want to join it. I'm just going to make a knot like that. Insert your hook, chain up 1 to secure it. Okay, now chain 2, 1 and 2, put 3 double crochets in there, 2, because chain 2 counts as a double crochet, so 3 double crochets. Now we are moving into a corner, so we are going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So here is a simple rule: in every corner you put 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2. Okay, and the spaces in between the corners, just 3 double crochets like we did here. Okay, so before we move to the next corner, there is a space here, so we are going to put just 3 double crochets in there. Okay, now our next stitch is the corner, and it's only in the corners that we do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Okay, so 2 and 3. It's a corner, so chain 2, 3 more double crochets inside the same space, and 3. Okay, now we are moving into the next space, which is not a corner, it's just the space between this place and this place. Okay, so we are going to put only 3 double crochets in here. Okay, so 3 double crochets, that is 1 2 and 3. Now we are moving into the next corner, so 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, right? So for your granny skirt to be a pentagon or a square, you just need to start with either 4 groups of double crochets or 5 groups. If you start with 4 groups of double crochet, you are going to get a granny square. And if you start with 5 groups of 3 double crochets, you are going to get a granny pentagon. Okay, it's that simple. Okay, we are moving into the space between these two corners, so just 3 double crochets, 2 and 3, and now we are in the last corner, so 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. So after that, you are going to go into the chain 2 here and make a slip stitch. Okay, so you see that we have 5 corners, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, at this point, if you want to change colors, you can go ahead and change colors. You can also continue with the same color. I am going to continue with the same color, so you are going to go ahead and chain 2. I've already chained 1, so 2, and this space is not a corner, so it's going to get only 3 double crochets, where 2 double crochets count 2 chains count as a double crochet, so add 2 more double crochets, making 3 double crochets here. Okay, we are moving into the next space, which is also not a corner, so just 3 double crochets. Any other space is just 3 double crochets. Only the corners are going to get 3 double crochets chain 2. So we are in a corner now, and we are going to put 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and 3 double crochets. So you see, these two, the spaces are now 2, and as you progress, the spaces in between the corners become more. Okay, let's use this as an example. So by the time we got to the end, we have how many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you were to continue, only these 2 corners are going to get 3 double crochets chain 2. I mean, only the 5 corners, but the rest of the spaces here, this, they are all going to get just 3 double crochets, as you can see. Okay, so it is that simple. Now we are moving into the space here. You are going to put 3 double crochets only. The next space is not a corner, so 3 double crochets. The next space is a corner, so 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Okay, 2 and 3, chain 2, and inside the same space, 3 double crochets. The next space is going to get how many double crochets? Just 3, right? Because it's not a corner. 2 and 3. Now we have reached a corner, so 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. 2, 3, chain up 2, inside the same space, 3. You can slow down the video, okay? You can always, there's always an option on YouTube for you to slow it down if I'm going too fast, okay? Three, another 3. We are in our next corner, so chain the 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. At this point, I'm sure you understand, and I can leave you to continue and do this until it is big enough for you, right? 2 and 3. The last end, you are going to put a slip stitch in the chain 2 that you started with, right? So this is what you should be having. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners. Okay, so this is a bigger version. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so and all the sizes are equal. This side is equal to this side, this side is equal to this side, and I made a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds of this. Okay, so for the squares too, you are going to make 7 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and join the squares to the pentagon. Okay, so each side is going to get 1. You are going to need 5 of these squares. Now, if you don't get how to make the squares, go to my page. I'll put a link in the description or in the comment There is a tutorial on how to make just this granny square. Okay, you can watch that and then come back here. So we are just going to join this part, join these ones together, the five squares together, and then join them to the pentagon, and that will be for the both the brim, both the crown and the body. Okay, now this pentagon is for the crown of the hat. Okay, so you are going to grab a tape measure and measure this pentagon. Okay, so I'm going to take a measurement. Oops, this is approximately 6.5 inches. Okay, it's the same. Okay, so we have 6.5, and you can have 6 or 5.5 or even 7. It all depends on the size of your head. Okay, so just do what is best for you. And once you have the measurement of the crown, you don't necessarily need to measure the granny square. The pentagon is for the crown. Okay, so you don't necessarily need as far as you are using the same size yarn for the squares, you just have to make same number of rounds for the squares, just as the pentagon. I mean, this has 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 rounds or rows, whatever you want to call it. This also has 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so they all have to be same number of rows, but you just have to know the measurement for this. Okay, so once you do that, it means this size, the length here is equal to the length here, and these ones are identical, so they are all the same. So I'm going to go ahead and join the squares first, and then I'll go ahead and join them to the pentagon. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and join the squares. Okay, now you have to find the correct part of your square, the wrong side and the other side. Okay, so for me, this is my correct side and this is the wrong side, so I'm going to put the wrong side on the table like that, and I'll do the same for this one. Okay, and I'm just going to pick them up together like this, and then I'll join them here. Okay, so I'm going to join them with the white color. You are going to go ahead and insert your hook into the corner here, join it to the other corner here, and join your yarn. Okay, so I'm going to chain extra one for security. So I'm going to go into the next stitch of this one and into the corresponding stitch of the next one, and then yarn over and make a single crochet. Okay, go into the next stitch, and then the opposite of that. These squares are identical, so you have equal number of stitches on each side. Okay, now go into this one, into the next one here, and make a single crochet like that. And this is how it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and complete that until the last end. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, when you get here, I'm going to end it in the corner here. Okay, and I've already joined 3 squares. So when I'm done with these 2, I'm just going to go ahead and join this to these 3. Okay, and then I'll come back and show you how to add the pentagon. Okay, so finish this. Make sure you end the your last single crochet is in the corner here. Okay, all right. So this is what I have. I have put all 5 together using single crochet stitches. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and add the pentagon. Okay, so we are going to join this side to this side. Okay, now you have to find the correct side, which is this side. So I'm going to put the wrong side on the table like that, and you can start with whichever side you want. Okay, but they're all the same. And I'm going to go ahead and hold it like this, join my yarn at the corners here. I'm going to go ahead and add my white color, one more chain to secure it, and I'm going to repeat the same thing I did here. Okay, so I'll go into the next stitch of this one and the next stitch of this, and then make a single crochet. Okay, to the next stitch and into the other stitch, make a single crochet like that. Okay, so just finish. You are going to go ahead and complete that until you get to this place, and I'll meet you at this point. Okay, so I'm almost at the last end, and few more stitches to go. Okay, and this is the last stitch. Okay, now when you get here, oh, now when you get to the last end, before the corner here, the space there, you are going to go into this corner here and go into that one on the other side and put your last single crochet. Okay, so you're going to have something like this. Okay, I'll bring this up. So this is what you are going to have. Okay, and now we are going to go ahead and join this side to this side. Okay, so we are going to go like that. Okay, so you just have to hold it again and then put this side against, you put this side against this side, and we just continue. Okay, now you are going to go into the next square here, and you are going to start from the corner here. It's the color is very dark, so I don't know, I feel like you don't see well. So you're going to go into this corner, and you are going to go into this corner as well and put your first single crochet. Okay, go into the next stitch and the next stitch of this one, put your single crochet, go into the next and into the next, put your single crochet. Okay, so we've started joining this side to this side, and you don't have to worry about the little space here. We are going to use this to cover that space when we are finally done joining all the parts. Okay, so go ahead and join this side out to this side. When you are done, after joining this side to this side, you are still going to go ahead and join the next side. Okay, let me do it this way. So you are going to, we are now joining this side to this side like this. Okay, so when you get here, you go ahead and join this side to this side as well, like that. Okay, so I'm going to complete the two and I'll come back and show you how it looks like. Okay, so I'm almost at the last end, and for the last part, you are going to go into the corner. Remember, the same corner where you have this, okay? Go into the other one's corner and then put your single crochet. So this is how it looks. Started from here, join this side to this side, join this side to this side, and I've joined these two. So this is how it looks, okay? So go ahead and continue, join this side to this side. So you're going to have something like this, and then you join the last part here also to this side, and I'll meet you when I get here and I'll show you how to join the last space here, okay? So I am at the last end. I've joined the last part too, and now it's left with this side, the two squares here. I have to close the side and then we can move on to the brim side. Okay, so this is what we have. So let's go ahead and join this final space here quickly, and then we can start with the brim. Okay, so for the final part, you're going to go into the square like we normally do and put your single crochet. You go into the same square again and then attach it to the granny square here. Okay, now we are on the two squares here. Go into the first stitch inside the stitch and put single crochet. It's just the same thing, okay? Nothing different. Single crochet, single crochet, single crochet. So go ahead and complete this until the last end. And when you are done, let me quickly show you how to cover the spaces here, okay? So you're going to grab onto this end here. You take your yarn needle and you are going to go in here and pull, and you do the same thing for this side like that, and come back and go through that again, and we are done. So you do the same for all of those parts, okay? At this side too, you can do the same thing here. Just use this to cross like that. You can enter here and then you pull, okay? So when you're done, you can weave this through up to somewhere here. Okay, let me show you that too. You go in here, and now you can cut it from here, okay? So it's as simple as that. Let's go ahead and complete this side, close it up, and I'll cut off these ends and we can continue with the brim part, okay? This is the inside and this is the outside. So this is how it looks at the end of the crown and the body part. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to make the brim, and can call it a day. Okay, so you can attach your yarn. I'm going to use this color for the brim. I'm just going to attach my yarn okay, here. Now let's say here. You can attach your yarn anywhere you want. Okay, I'm going to attach mine here. Just make a knot, go in here, chain up 2. This first chain is just for security, so chain up 2 and make 2 more double crochets, making 3 double crochets, right? So you have to find the center of your granny squares. Okay, like this side are the squares, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 6, we have 6 spaces here. So 1 2 3, 1 2 3. So we can call this, you can make this part the center, or you can also choose this part, okay, depending on how many stitches you have. So you can also use stitch markers to mark those centers on all the squares, all the 5 squares. Okay, so I'm not using stitch markers because I don't really like stitch markers. I just like to use my eyes to, eye mark. And in the center, I'm going to put 2 double crochets. We are increasing, okay, so that we can get that shape, that wide brim shape. Yeah, chain 1 and 2 double crochets in the same space. Okay, and the rest of the spaces here are going to get only 3 double crochets. 1 2 and 3. Okay, the next one is also going to get 3. 3. The next one is going to get 3. And in the corner here, you are going to put 3 double crochets. And we have moved on to the next square. Okay, and you're going to start with the corner, 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets in the next, 3 double crochets in the next. 1 2 3. So this is my center. Okay, this is my middle part. Like I said, you can use stitch markers to mark the centers, but I'm not using stitch marker, I'm just eye marking. Okay, so this is the center for the square, and I'm going to put 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 double crochets, okay, in the same space. And the rest of the stitches here are going to get 3 double crochets each. The rest of the spaces, sorry. Oh. And inside the corner here, or you can call it the last space or something, also you put 3 double crochets. And in the next one, we have moved on to the next square, right? So 3 double crochets. Inside the next space, 3 double crochets. And you have to locate your center, and when you get to the center, you're going to put 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and go all the way around until you get to the last end, and I'll meet you when you get here, and I'll show you what to do on your next round. Okay, so I'm at the last end, and you're going to go into the chain 2 here with a slip stitch. You can chain 1, and this is what we have. So for round 2, we are going to, oh, Okay, so for round 2 we are going to chain up 1 and 2, which counts as a double crochet. Go in here with 2 more double crochets, go into the next stitch, the next space, with 3 double crochets, and now we are at where we increased, so we are going to increase on top of that too. Okay, again 2 double crochets, chain 1 and 2 more double crochets. Okay, now we are going to do additional increases. You are going to increase on at that space again. So I'll show you in a bit. 3, 3, so I'm going to make an increase on this side too, where the joining stitches is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put 2 double crochets up, 2, chain 1 and 2. Okay, the rest are going to get 3 stitches only until you get to where we increased on the first round, and you increase on that one too. Okay, and 3. So we are on where we increased on this round, so we are going to put 2 double crochets, chain 1, oh, chain 1 and 2 double crochets. So go ahead and complete that. Go all the way around until it gets here, and I'll show you how to go about your third round, and we can end on our third round. Okay. Okay, so I'm at the last end. We're just going to go into the chain 2 here and put a slip stitch. Okay, so this is how it looks now after round 2. Okay, this is what we have. So let's go ahead and add the last round. So I've already chained 1. I'm going to chain 1 more, add 2 more double crochets, making 3. So on this round, we are no more increasing. We are not doing increases on any stitches or any space. We are just putting 3 double crochets in every space. Okay, so when you get to where we increase, just put 3 double crochets here and 3, right? The next one is going to get 3. Each and every single stitch or space is going to get 3 double crochets. So it's that simple, even on the increased spaces. Okay, so go ahead and complete the entire round, and that will be the end of our brim and the end of the tutorial. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you're able to recreate this, and I hope it was easy for you to understand. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Okay, when you get here, I'm going to put 3. Okay, I'll see you in my next tutorial. Until then, bye for now. Oh my god, I put one here instead of three. So let me quickly correct that. And